Hi everyone, I'm Erin from Level Up Life with Erin, and I want to welcome you today to my grounding root chakra flow. Today. This is absolutely incredible, and I'm so excited to get started on the root chakra flow that I have planned for all of you today. So I'll get started. I'll talk a little bit about the root chakra, or the Muladhara chakra, which is located kind of at our pelvic bowl down in this region, in the nether regions here. The root chakra is our base. It reminds us that we are connected to the earth. It reminds us of our grounding energy, and that we need to maintain our grounding energy, that when we become lost in thought, lost in our head, lost in the what ifs of life, we can reconnect, reground, find safety in our base, find safety in our roots to the earth, and come back to whatever it is that we're working on with a safer and more wholesome and more fulfilling approach. So that's what we'll be focusing on today: our grounding energy, our energy of safety, this energy of support and knowing and trusting in the universe and in ourselves that we will be okay. So I'm here in Virasana pose right now, or hero pose. So I like to have a block underneath of my pelvic bowl here to support me, just kind of raise my hips a little bit, and it just feels a little bit nicer on the lower legs. You can be in any seated pose that you want to right now. And I'll talk a little bit about the bandhas that we're going to work with today. So bandhas are muscle groups that support our spine, and they're also energy centers in the body. We want to be mindful of these centers and respect them as we're moving through our Hatha flow practice today. And Hatha means a movement yoga practice. So there are many different practices of yoga, many different yogic lineages and techniques and practices. And Hatha is the traditional movement and posture class that you are likely familiar with. So when I say Hatha, that just means a typical yoga flow class with movement through postures. So the first bandha that I want to talk about today is the Mula Bandha, and this one is down at the base of our spine, really at the base of our sacrum or your tailbone. And this is the muscles really of your pelvic floor, and it supports your sacrum so that your sacrum stays nice and flat and straight and supports your lumbar spine. So today, during our flow practice, be mindful of your Mula Bandha. Keep that pelvic floor maintained, tight, or at least be aware of it, that it's supporting your sacral spine. Our next bandha that I definitely want to touch on today, it supports the root chakra a lot, is the Uddiyana Bandha. And if you can find your belly button, you should probably be able to find your belly button, unless you've had some sort of surgical procedure. Anyway, okay. Okay, so my belly button's right about here. It's the low ab group that's right below your belly button. So those low abs, those feisty abs, that really have a hard time coming out right there. So that little area, the little pooch area here, is the Uddiyana Bandha. So this muscle group is going to support the lumbar spine, and I'm sure you know, the lumbar spine is very easily injured. It supports our entire torso here, which is a lot of support. So keeping in mind that this muscle group supports that, maintaining strength in this muscle group, you will definitely decrease your risk of compromising your lumbar spine. So always being aware to keep these muscles taut and strong and fired up here, you will do so much to honor your spine, to honor yourself, to honor your body, and you'll be in good shape. Let's start our flow practice. All right, let's do it. Okay, so I'll ask everyone to come into Balasana or Child's Pose. So Child's Pose has different options. You can be in a wide leg Child's Pose, just like this, with your arms out. You can be in a short leg Child's Pose here with your legs more close together. In arms can be out or arms can be back in here. Large toes touch typically. Head rests on the floor. And when here, just notice the connection that your legs have with the earth. Feel the support coming up from below you. And feel yourself grounding down into the earth. And you can stay in Child's Pose. And I will come up so that my voice is not so muffled. But while in Child's Pose or Balasana, beginning to cultivate your Ujjayi breath. And Ujjayi breath is a calming, peaceful breath that is classically used in a Hatha Yoga class. And it starts by breathing in through your nose, pausing at the top, and then slightly closing off the most posterior part of your throat. So the aperture of your throat, if you can almost think when your throat kind of goes down into your trachea, into your windpipe here. So that area just slightly closing off and making a longer breath sound. So it's almost going to come out like the sound of the ocean. So it'll sound something like this. Hopefully my audio picked that up, but that's what your Ujjayi breath will sound like. And you might think that sound is a little goofy at first or a little strange, embarrassing, but really it is to audibly remind you that when you do become lost in thought, lost in these upper chakras, lost in all of the stuff that's going on in your life, to come back down to your root, to your safety, to your ground, and know that you are supported exactly where you are and that you're meant to be here. So cultivating your Ujjayi breath here. And let's begin our flow. So moving from your Balasana, you can step back to your high plank or Kumbhakasana, and then push back into your first downward dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana today. And take whatever movements you need here, bending both of your knees here, being mindful not to straighten too tightly here. Actually, don't really fully ever straighten. We want to respect our knees here. And then just grounding into the four corners of your feet and grounding into the four corners of your hands as well. So your palms, the heel of your hand, the ball of your foot. The heel of my foot doesn't really touch in my first downward dog, so just connecting with the balls of your feet if that's you as well, and just knowing that you're supported from the earth below. Coming down into tabletop pose. And here we will do a few cat-cows here just to wake up the spine. So breathing in on your cow pose. Cultivating that ocean wave Ujjayi breath sound on your cat pose out. And just taking a few of these here before you come back into your downward dog. Feeling that support, that lift up from the earth, and coming into our Chaturanga Dandasana, or high plank to low plank. So Chaturanga, you have a few options here. you can come down to your knees. Still feel that support of your knees, your feet back here, and then your hands in front of you. You can curve the spine coming down, up into up dog, back into downward dog, or you can simply come into high plank, and then with your wrists directly under your shoulders, moving forward, bending at the elbows, coming down, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And just as a reminder here, when we come forward, we are breathing in and then we're breathing out. Breathing in on our up dog, breathing out on our downward dog. And now let's step forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, maintaining that strength in our Uddiyana Bandha and in our Mula Bandha, supporting our spine. Uttanasana, forward fold. Coming into Tadasana or mountain pose. And in Tadasana, really noticing that connection with the four corners, or if you want to, if it's easier for you to think of the triangle of your foot, so the ball of your foot and then your heel, really, what's supporting you below. And feel and notice that connection. You are being lifted up from your feet. You're supporting you and the universe supports you. Coming back to our Ujjayi breath here. Taking a few simple side stretches, Katyasana, on an out breath. Tadasana, Katyasana to the opposite side, on an out breath. Coming back into Tadasana, feeling those feet again. And we'll come back into our flow once more. So your Chaturanga Dandasana, whichever form you choose. Stepping up into Uttanasana again. Forward fold. Letting everything go here. Surrendering everything that no longer serves you. Feeling the connection and the support from below. Ardha Uttanasana. And Tadasana. Mountain pose. You are as strong as a mountain. Know this. Next we'll move into some balancing poses. So holding your block. We'll move into Vriksasana or tree pose. I always like to place my block in between both of my feet, just in case. There are multiple options here in Vriksasana, so you can choose what best serves you and empowers you today. So in Vriksasana, we're in Tadasana, and we'll start to shift our weight into our left foot, really grounding in, and then yielding, so rising up from the support below into that left foot. We'll find our drishti point, which is a point in front of us on the wall or whatever's in front of you. Focus in on this point. Trust in this point. Nothing else matters. And in this, you know that within you, you have the power to accomplish your goals through love, positivity, kindness, and nothing else is needed. So focus in on that drishti point and let everything else go. In tree pose, you can have your foot here on the block for support. Have it here on your calf. Please do not place it on your knee, as this is not honoring your knee. You can bring your foot up into your thigh, or you can place it here if this serves you best. Arms can be wherever you so choose. Every tree is different. I'm feeling a little goddess arm today myself. Coming back to your Ujjayi breath. And placing your foot back down to the earth in Tadasana whenever you are ready. Coming into Vriksasana on the opposite side whenever you are ready and feeling grounded in that opposite foot. So for me, it's my right foot. So I'm going to shift my energy into my right foot. I'm going to find my drishti point in front of me. Let everything else go. Know that I am here. I'm supported by the earth. Placing my foot either on my block, calf, leg, or up above. And being here. Whenever you're ready, placing your foot back down on the earth and flowing through your chaturanga. And walking or hopping up to the front of your mat into Uttanasana or forward fold. Halfway lift, Uttanasana. And here we'll take Utkatasana or chair pose. And really feeling your legs here, feeling your spine nice and straight and honored here by your bandhas, feeling your lower legs and your feet make this nice little lightning bolt connection to the earth. And even when your practice becomes hard, becomes difficult, your muscles are firing, you're getting sweaty, thoughts roll into your head that you want to leave, that you no longer want to be in this moment right now because it's unpleasant. Come back to your breath, feel your support, feel your connection to the earth, and know you are meant to be here and that you are supported. And then come into Uttanasana, forward fold. And let it all go. Rinse it all out. You did it. And Chaturanga Dandasana. And walking or stepping your feet forward to your hands. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, back down, Uttanasana. And you guessed it, Utkatasana once more, let's go. Hands can be at your heart center, up above, goddess arms, wherever you so choose. Feeling that connection, trusting that support and connection. You are supported, you are loved. And Uttanasana fold. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. And flowing through your Chaturanga. Walking or hopping up to the front of your mat, Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Tadasana, mountain pose once again. And from here, we'll shift into Garudasana or eagle pose. So for eagle or Garudasana, I find it helpful to have a block on the outside of our foot. So how we had a block on the inside of our feet for Vriksasana or tree, this time right on the outside. Coming into Tadasana, coming back to our breath here. And in Garudasana, we'll take this with our left foot rooted first. Doesn't honestly matter which, but I'll take with my left foot rooted. So ground in, just like we did in Vriksasana. Feel the support, the connection. You are supported. Hands cross, right arm's gonna come under the left. And if that's too much for your shoulders, you can simply go to prayer arms like this. So you have two options here. So I'll take my right arm under my left, right leg over, have a little Utkatasana bend in your left leg and your grounded leg. You have a nice little shoulder stretch here. Find your drishti point between your arms. And if you're here in prayer arms, just find your drishti point right in front. And breathe here. And coming back into your Tadasana here. Shake it out. Feel the strength, your lower body, supporting the rest of you. And the earth supporting all of you. The universe supporting all of you. Moving your block to the opposite side. Again, shifting your energy into your right foot or the opposite foot. We'll shift into Garudasana on this side. So left arm this time is going to come under the right and left leg over the right once you feel grounded in that right leg and you found your drishti point. You can use your block here for a toe support. Release your arms, Tadasana. And again, flowing through your Chaturanga Dandasana. And once we arrive back in standing, we'll move into our standing leg hold. So this is a beautiful posture as well, again, to remind us of the support below us. So here we have a few options as well. You can either choose to hold your knee, and we'll take our right leg out in front. So we'll ground into that left leg. Feel that support from the earth below us again, rising up through our bandhas, supporting our spine, supporting ourself. Uh-oh. Dad's home. And then you have the choice to hold onto your knee or hold onto your big toe with your peace fingers. Bring your leg straight out in front of you. Oh, I need to wash the floors. Okay. And then opening up to the side, or if you're holding your knee, opening up this way. Finding that drishti point, trusting that you have everything you need within you right now. The universe is supporting you. And then coming back down to Tadasana. And we'll take this on the opposite side whenever you are ready. So shifting your weight into your right leg here. And either holding onto your knee or to your large toe. Finding your drishti. Remembering to breathe. Remember to breathe. And opening up. Honoring yourself. If you fall out, it's all good. It's all good. It's all part of the process. We learn from everything that we do. We learn how to honor ourselves better the next time. And we learn that it's okay to fall out. We're human. We're not perfect. We're not meant to be perfect. And that makes us unique and more beautiful. Whenever you're ready, coming back to your Tadasana. And you guessed it, flowing back through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Noticing in this downward dog, you're so much looser. You can ground into the four corners, the palm of your hand, and your feet so much better this time. Letting your head go, letting all of the thoughts that are no longer serving you go, and just feeling your support and your connection. And coming back down to the earth here. We'll move into Janu Shashasana, or head on the knee pose. So we'll bend our left leg first, and we'll straighten our right leg. What I find helpful here, I don't have one right now, but I find it helpful to have a rolled blanket or a little rolled bolster under the knee if you have tight hamstrings like me. Or, I mean, I guess you could use your block. It's not as comfortable, but a rolled blanket would be nice here if you have really tight hamstrings. Feeling that connection, again, with our pelvis to the earth. And then we actually want our spine to be facing our leg that's outstretched. Arms above, and slowly coming down in a forward fold over this leg. And moving to the opposite side for Janu Shashasana. Feeling our connection, our grounding first before moving into the pose. Coming back to our breath. Beautiful. And from here we can come back to our backs, and we'll shift into Ananda Balasana, or happy baby pose. So holding your palms will be on the soles of your feet, and taking a spinal roll if that serves you today, or just simply noticing your connection with your back body to the earth, and feel that support that the earth is providing for you. From here, giving yourself a beautiful hug. Tell yourself that you're thankful and so grateful for showing up for you today, for remembering to practice your grounding, to know that you're supported, to find safety in where you are. And moving into waterfall pose, or Viparita Karani, we'll let everything drain out of our legs. We did a lot of standing and balancing postures today, so I'm sure your legs are working a little bit. So we'll let everything drain out, all the lactic acid that our muscles created. So placing a block on your sacrum, and just letting your legs naturally rise up into waterfall or Viparita Karani. Bringing your legs back down whenever you're ready. And here we'll end with a final heart opening pose, Setu Bandhasana or bridge pose. You have a few options here. I like to do a supported bridge pose with my block right on the sacrum. Supported bridge, here you are. It's a beautiful heart opener. You can also take an unsupported bridge or a classic traditional Setu Bandhasana. Supporting yourself with your shoulder blades, pushing up through your glutes, shining your heart to the sky, pushing up and grounding through your feet, and letting your legs lift you. You also have the option here to choose Urdhva Dhanurasana or full wheel. So placing your hands, my braids will move out of the way, placing your hands directly underneath your shoulders here, and on an in-breath, pushing up. You want to extend this and push your heart open. And when you come back down, be sure to tuck your head and tuck your neck so that you land on your posterior head and you support your cervical spine here. So I'll come back into my supported bridge, my fave, Setu Bandhasana. And after a few beautiful Ujjayi breaths here, we'll take Jathara Parivartanasana or a simple lying twist. Arms in a T, legs can be bent. I don't have one right now, but sometimes what's helpful is a bolster between the legs or a bolster under the legs here. And shifting our gaze over our left arm. And taking this to the opposite side. So legs to the left, arms still in a T, gaze to the right. And finally, coming back to center. Full body stretch here. And then feel your whole body connect with the earth. Feel your whole body just feel so supported and safe in this moment. Letting go of your past, of your thoughts of the future, and just being here, knowing you are supported and safe. Shavasana. And for time's sake, I will finish the video here, but feel free to please continue your Shavasana for however long as you like. I like a good 10-12 minutes, so continue your Shavasana. Thank yourself for showing up today. Be well and take care. And I will see you next time. In the meantime, I will say, the light in me honors and sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today in this beautiful root chakra flow class. I'm so excited to be offering more chakra classes coming soon, so stay tuned.